Welcome to a new episode of Medicine in 3 minutes. As usual, we go straight to the point. The subject is bravely made clear and often illustrated. Today's topic is about general principle of personality disorder. There are three models of personality disorder. They are pervasive, inflexible, and maladaptive. The first cluster is A, which is peculiar thought process, inappropriate affect, odd, eccentric type, and this cluster include paranoid, schizoid type, and schizotypal type. The next cluster is the cluster B, characterized by mood lability, dissociative symptom, rejection concern. This cluster, they are dramatic emotional chip. They include borderline, narcissistic, histrionic, and antisocial. The third group is the group C, the cluster C, characterized by anxiety, concern for criticism, and rigidity. They include avoiding personality disorder, obsessive compulsive personality disorder, and dependent personality disorder. These symptoms include a relationship problem, failure to achieve a goal, chronic unhappiness, and low self-esteem. Most often they are associated with mood disorder. Prevalence: more males have antisocial and narcissistic trouble. More females have borderline and histrionic personal disturbance. Onset usually not diagnosed until late adolescence or early adulthood. Course is usually very chronic, over decades without treatment. Knowing that symptoms of paranoid, schizoid, and narcissistic often worsen with age. However, symptoms of borderline and antisocial often ameliorate with aging. What are risk factors of personality disorder? Innate temperament difficulty, adverse environmental event, and personality disorder in parent. Let's start with the cluster A, including paranoid, schizoid, and schizotypal. Paranoid personality disorder, PPD, characterized by paranoid delirium, generalized mistrust. They often are hypersensitive, easily insulted. They are vigilantly analyzing, and they have fear of prejudice. They are avid observer with trait of danger, cautious and suspicious, restricted emotional life, isolated withdrawal, different from schizoid isolation. They are characterized by rancor, mistrust, and tendency to interpret. They are tenacious sense of personal right. Schizoid personality disorder, lack of interest in social relation, protected solitary way of life. They are secret, emotional coldness, detachment, apathy, unable to connect with others, stilted speech, feeling of observer rather than a participant, inability to tolerate the emotion of others, apparent indifference to criticism, degree of asexuality, and they have moral belief. They start in late childhood or adolescence, and it is difficult to distinguish from autism spectrum. Schizoid distinguish for avoiding because they don't have relationship. Schizoid think about magical thinking and superstitious. Schizoid think about magical thinking and superstition. Isolation distinguish from avoiding because they don't want a relationship. A 30-year-old individual who has never been married does not have close friends because people make him uncomfortable. He is unemployed and he spends his time reading books on how to communicate with animals in order to be harmonious with nature. Schizotypal distinguish from schizoid by magical thinking, distinguish from schizophrenia by lack of delusion and hallucination. Schizoid, magical thinking, superstition. Schizophrenia, delusion, hallucination. Schizotypal, harmonious with nature, communicate with animals. The next cluster is the cluster B, including borderline, narcissistic, histrionic, and antisocial. Borderline personality disorder, usually characterized by unstable affect, mood swing, marked impulsivity, unstable relationship, recurrent suicidal behavior, chronic feeling of emptiness or boredom, identify interest in inappropriate anger. If stressed can become psychotic, the main defense mechanism is the cleavage. All good or all bad, white or black. There is no place for the gray. They love or they hate. Narcissist personality disorder is usually characterized by a sense of self-importance, grandiosity, and preoccupation with fantasy of success. This person believes that she is special, requires excessive admiration, reacts with rage when criticized, lack empathy, is envious of others, and is interpersonally exploitative. What you can do for them, know what they can do for you. Histrionic, a 30-year-old woman presents to the doctor's office dressed in a sexually seductive manner and insists that the doctor comment on her appearance. When the doctor refuses to do so, she becomes upset. Usually characterized by colorful, exaggerated behavior, and the excitable, shallow expression of emotion. Use physical appearance to draw attention to self. Sexuality is seductive. Is uncomfortable in situations where she is or he is not the center of attention. Histrionic. Physical appearance to draw attention. The antisocial personality disorder, usually characterized by continuous antisocial or criminal act, inability to conform to social role, lie, steal, impulsivity, disregard for the right of others, aggressiveness, lack of remorse, and deceitfulness. Firstly, these have occurred at the age of 15, and the individual is at least 18 years of age, because before 15, it's not antisocial, it's conductive disorder. Cluster C, avoiding, obsessive compulsive, and dependent. The avoiding personality disorder. A 43-year-old man dreaded an upcoming holiday party because he believed that he is incapable of engaging in social conversation or dancing. He believed that he will become an object of pity or ridicule if he attends such thing. He anticipates yet another lonely holiday. Avoiding personality. Obsessive compulsive personality disorder. Individuals are preoccupied with order lines, perfectionism, and control. They are often consumed by the detail of everything and lose their sense of overall goal. They are strict and perfectionist, over-conscientious, and inflexible. They may be obsessed with work and productivity and are hesitant to delegate tasks to others. Associated features include indecisiveness, dysphoria anger, social inhibition, and difficulty interpersonal relationship. Dependent personality disorder. A 26-year-old man is brought to the emergency room after sustaining severe rectal laceration during a sadistic sexual episode with his partner. The patient is extremely concerned that the police not be informed because he does not want to upset his partner and cause the partner to leave. Dependent personality disorder. They subordinate their need for those of others. They seek constant advice and reassurance, unable to make decisions on their own. Associated features include self-doubt, excessive humility, poor and dependent functioning, mood disorder, anxiety disorder, adjustment disorder, and other personal defects. The treatment and the management include psychotherapy is the mainstay of treatment, long-term psychodynamic and cognitive therapy, help with mood stabilizer plus antidepressant. Psychopharmacology, serotonin, dopamine imbalance. Sociologist, identity diffusion. Cognitive therapist, faulty schema. Psychanalyst, splitting. Dialectical behavior, therapist emotional. Personality model, cluster A est peculiar thought, process inappropriate affect include paranoid, schizoid, and schizotypal. Cluster B include borderline, narcissistic, histrionic, and antisocial. And group C include avoiding, obsessive compulsive, and dependent personality. Psychotherapy is the mainstay of treatment. Long-term psychodynamic and cognitive therapy help with mood stabilizer plus antidepressant. Thank you for watching this episode of Medicine in 3 minutes. Make sure to click the button like and subscribe. Your comments are very welcome. Thank you.